Hello Python programmers. So in this video, I'm going to show you that how you can create a spam classifier for your chat application from the scratch using Python. So first of all, let's understand this project. How is this project gonna work? Okay. So we have created this chat application in one of our previous video. If you haven't seen this, I'll provide the link in the description. I have explained in detail how to create this chat application. Okay. So a quick demo of this project. This same GUI will be present on the other system also from which you want to have a chat. To start the conversation, you have to press this start chat button. Those two systems will be connected, this one and the other one. Then you have to write the message here and press the send button to send the message, and same thing the other system can also do. Okay, so this was the basic chat application that we have created in our previous video. Now, in the same video, I have asked whether you want a more advanced version of this project or if you want to add any specific feature to this project. So one reply caught my eye, which said to add a spam classifier to this. So let me explain you my idea. Both the users are having a chat. Okay. Both the users are having a fun chat, and the second user sends something provocative or send something spammy. So what our program will do is that we'll create in this video, it will detect that provocative text or that spammy text and then display to user that this is a spammy text. Okay, so one line explanation of this project: spam classifier model for your desktop chat application. Now let's move ahead and see that what are the system requirement for this project. Okay, so before we move ahead, let's have a word from our today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Unacademy. Are you a student or a working professional who is looking for a great career in software development? Then you have to think about these aspects, like what's trending in the industry and the kind of questions being asked in the interview. What's the thought process behind the architecture of great applications like Google, Amazon, Zomato, and Ola, and how to improve your core chef ranking. So to achieve all these goals, what you need to do is you need to go to unacademy.com/goals/career as a software developer. I'll provide this link in the description. And first, let's talk about the host or the mentors of these courses. Now, these hosts are working with some of the top companies like Google, Amazon, to name a few. They are 7-star coders on CodeChef and are industry experts with years of experience. And what they'll do is they'll walk you through their own industry experience and interact with a lot of guests like HR and industry leaders of top companies, where they'll ask questions raised by you. Now, this was about the mentors. Let's go to the live sessions and see what they have to offer for you. Now, in these live episodes, you'll get an opportunity to ask tech HR about top 20 questions and industry leaders directly about their recruitment process in startups and multinational companies. What is the eligibility and how to apply and how they build such great projects. And not only this, you can participate in mock interviews and learn courses on programming languages, blockchain and crypto, cloud computing, tech aspects of digital marketing, data analysis, and many more. Have you ever thought about how college students become tech leaders like Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella? This is your chance to listen to top tech leaders from top companies and understand how these companies work, interesting projects they work on, and how they solve problems on scale. Join to get deep understanding of the entire tech ecosystem. Now, what are the unique selling point of this course? You will get a chance to ask your question live while interacting with the top tech leaders who are making a difference. In this show, Somajit will interview tech leaders and ask them about their journeys, interesting project they work on, and also the structure of team in their respective companies. Now, you must be thinking that you have to pay a hefty price for courses like this, but no. You have to pay 999 rupees per month to get access to all of these courses. But wait, there is more. If you use my code hashitroy, you will get an additional 10% off. Let me show you. you need to just write hashitroy and click apply, and you'll get an instant 100 rupees off. So all the links will be provided in the description. Definitely check them out, and let's move on to our next project. Okay, so first let's install the required packages for this project. So first is pandas. We've installed pandas. I guess it will install numpy also. Yeah, it install numpy also. Then pip install scipy. Okay. Okay, so for me, the requirement is already satisfied, and these are the two packages required to create a machine learning model. Now, let's download the data set which is required to train and test a machine learning model. Okay, so I'll provide the link for this Kaggle page in the description. You can go to this page and download the data set from there. Okay, it will download a zip file. You have to extract the zip file and store the CSV file in the same folder where you are having your Python program. Okay, now for creating the machine learning model, we are working on Jupyter Notebook. Now, I have created a separate video for Jupyter Notebook. If you want, you can watch that for more detailed explanation of Jupyter Notebook. But if you are not interested in understanding Jupyter Notebook, then no problem, because we'll actually be copy pasting this code into our chat application Python program. This is just for explanation. Okay. So first of all, we have imported pandas and gave the short notation of PD. Okay. Then we have loaded our dataset, which is a CSV file, and we have used pd.readCSV class or read CSV class from pandas. Okay. This is the spam.csv file. This is the CSV file that we have downloaded here. Okay. Yeah. So, and the encoding is Latin 1. So all the data is stored in this data frame variable. Okay. Now to see the first 5 rows of this data frame, you write data frame dot head, or whatever the variable name is, dot head. If you want to see the bottom 5, you write dot tail. Okay. So this is the first 5 rows of our data set. Now, by looking at this, you can point out a few problems here. Like, we don't need these columns, and what is this ham and spam? We don't need string value here. We need numerical value here. Okay, so these problems will be handled in the data preprocessing. First of all, we'll drop these columns. So we'll use the drop class here, and inside this we have the list of the column names, these 3 columns, and then in place is equal to true, and access is 1, which means we are selecting the columns here. Okay, now I have explained all of this in detail in our data pre-processing playlist. I'll provide the link in the description in case you want to watch. Then let's see the head once again, or the first 5 values. Okay, so as you can see that these 3 columns are removed now. Now the next task is to rename this ham and spam into some numeric value. So let's say we want to replace ham with 1 and spam with 0. So data frame v1, this is the column name, dot replace is the class name here. Inside this we have a dictionary. Ham will be replaced by 1 and spam will be replaced by 0. Okay, then let's see the head once again. Let me do one thing. Let me run this alongside. Okay, so as you can see, ham and spam are replaced by 1 and 0 respectively. Then this is the shape of our data set. We have 2 columns and we have 5, 5, 7, 2 rows. Okay, now in this data set, we have some duplicate values also, some duplicate rows also. So we need to drop those duplicate rows, as it may introduce some bias in our machine learning model. So we'll drop the duplicate rows. Okay, now this is all the part of data pre-processing or data cleaning. We haven't reached the actual model creation or the actual machine learning part. This is all just data cleaning. Then we are seeing the shape again, and as you can see, let me run this once again. And as you can see that the size has been reduced. These many, I guess 400 rows were duplicate, so those 400 were removed or dropped. Then we are also checking if there is a null row or if there is a empty row. So data frame dot is null dot sum. So is null dot sum. So the sum of null rows, which is 0 here, 0 for v1 and 0 for v2. Okay, then this is where the actual machine learning starts. So we are using naive Bayes machine learning model here. Now naive Bayes is a very detailed topic, and I'll create a separate video on this machine learning model also. But just a quick introduction to this. As the word suggests, naive, which means that each word is treated separately like free. Free is mostly used in spam messages. So this machine learning model, naive Bayes, will label free word as spam. It doesn't matter what is the word behind that and what is the word after that. If there is a word free in the sentence, it will treat it as spam. Okay, this is why the name naive Bayes. And for this to work, we have to separate all the words, right? Our data set is having the string of words here. We have to separate all the words so that it can be treated separately. This is why we are using the countvectorizer here. Okay, so from sklearn.feature extraction text, we are importing the countvectorizer. We are creating the countvectorizer class here. The variable name is CV. Then we are creating variables for each column. X is for v2. V2 is our message. So X is our message and Y is our labels, whether it's spam or not. Okay, then we are separating all the words by fitting to this count vectorizer. So X is equal to CV. CV is the class instance here, dot fit transform of X. So we are separating all the words from each sentence or from each string here. Okay, so the data is ready now. Let's split our data set into test and train. Once again, explain this class and this topic in detail in data pre-processing playlist. Link will be provided in the description. So we are calling the train test split class from sklearn.model selection, and we are having 4 values: xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest. Xtrain and ytrain will be used to train our machine learning model. Okay, and xtest and ytest will be used to test our machine learning model. This is the class name here, train test split, and these are the parameters inside x and y. X is the message, the splitted message, and y is the label. Then we have test size. So what percentage of this data set will be given to our test data? So here we are giving 10% or 0.1. Okay, ratio is 0.1 here. Then we are again seeing this shape. So as you can see, the original shape was 5169, and now the shape of X train is 4652. Okay, then this is where the actual machine learning starts. We are calling the naive Bayes machine learning model from a sklearn, then creating the class instance. Model is the variable name. Then model dot fit with xtrain and ytrain. Here we are training a machine learning model with the training data. Okay, xtrain and ytrain are the training data, and we are providing this data to the machine learning model. Then we are checking the score, what is the accuracy of this machine learning model, by testing it with the testing data xtest and ytest. So it is approximately 98.06%. Then I have tried something here which you don't need to see, and this is how we feed the manual data to our model. So this was how to create the naive Bayes machine learning model for spam classification. Now let's see how we can use this model, or how we can implement this model to our chat application. Okay, so this is our program, right? I have explained this program in one of my previous video where I have created the chat application, not this part. This is our machine learning model, this part. Okay, I have explained in detail in that video, and I'll not waste a single minute here. Let's get straight to the machine learning part. So calling the package, blah blah blah, data pre-processing, blah blah blah, training the model. So as soon as the program is started, all these tasks are performed. The data is extracted from the spam.csv and data pre-processing and blah 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 blah. Everything is done and model is ready as soon as the program is executed. Okay. Now, this is the function where the GUI receives the message. Okay, so send message is the variable which has the actual message that the user has sent. So first of all, we have to convert this into a list because the message received is in a string format. Then we have to transform it. We have to split it into individual words, and then we are using a machine learning model, the model variable here, model.predict on this check message variable, which is having the message that the user has sent. And this prediction variable is our variable which is having the final output, that is whether this message is spam or not. Now it totally depends on you how you want to use this value. Now I can recommend you a few things here. First, what you can do is you can add a small GUI pop-up. I guess Kinter has a dialog box for this. I'll provide the link for one of my video where I have used that in the description. You can use the dialog box, or what you can do is you can actually replace the value here, the message going to GUI, as this message was spam. Okay, just like we have in the YouTube chat. So these two were my recommendation that you can use. Otherwise, you are free to use your imagination. Okay. And also, our new merch is in the store. It's the Python Stickman. We have the t-shirts in these colors. We have hoodies. We have crop tops. We have sweatshirt, and we have notebook, and also we have mugs. So in case you want to buy them, the link will be provided in the description. Okay. And this is it. And I'll meet you in my next lecture where we'll create something more awesome. Okay. So meet you there. Bye bye.